What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Now, today we've obviously got PlayStation 5 Pro here. I've been using it for a decent amount of time. This isn't going to be like a full review or anything like that. We will do that later, perhaps after the weekend, and Monday and a couple of days after that we'll perhaps do a full review of what I think of this thing. But this is very much a first impressions, the games that I've tested so far, what I'm enjoying, what I'm liking about the console, what I'm not liking about the console, what I'm happy and positive about, and what I'm disappointed with. So I would like to do some comparisons in today's video as well. We'll boot up a few different titles so you guys can see not necessarily comparisons with the old machine, but you can see the improvements of the new machine in a few titles, and one that I was very impressed with actually, and didn't expect it to be this big of a jump, but it really is. So let's start talking about it. So with the unboxing experience, it was very much a generic PlayStation unboxing experience. If you've done an unboxing of the Slim, then you're pretty much have done the unboxing of the Pro. Nothing really was added. I think personally it would have been nice as a nice touch for the Pro players, the people who are buying this expensive machine, something to include in the box would have actually been a DualSense Edge controller. I think that would have kind of really, I don't know, made the price thing a really kind of like, it would have made it a lot better, right? Like having something different to make the whole console be a bit more distinguished as a Pro console would be having a Pro controller in the box. Like I feel that would be something that was really nice. I know it's a lot of money and I know these are expensive, but so is the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I don't know. It would have been nice to do something different. The unboxing experience was just generic, and the booting up experience was also just generic. And this is probably the most disappointing part of the console. I don't want to say that the console is disappointing in any means because you need to watch this whole video, but I'm just talking about from start to finish. Unboxing, very generic, same as the base PlayStation 5, no like nicer packaging for the amount of money you spent, and then obviously the unboxing and then booting up experience was very much the same, right? It's the same system. You don't get that big jump up to like a 4K UI like we did from PS4 to PS4 Pro, for example. Everything is the same, so that you can look at as a disappointment. But then I got into obviously moving all my games across with my SSD, and then we got into the gaming test, and I want to start very briefly with Hogwarts Legacy, as you can see on the screen right here. Let me just move my sub counter off actually, and this game is one of, if not, well, it's not the biggest upgrade for me personally, but this is a game that really looks like a serious, you guys can see it on screen anyway. This game looks so much sharper and cleaner with PSSR over the FSR solution that they were using before. Now, this is not with the ray tracing mode. The ray tracing mode is still at 30 frames, but for me, I'm not really bothered about that stuff. The reason I got the Pro is because I wanted this sharper, crisper detail. The blades of grass, actually, you can individually see them better now. The leaves on the trees are much cleaner. Like, everything just looks crisper and cleaner. And we'll go fly up to Hogwarts. There are still stutter issues in this game, same as there is on PC, PS5, for the Xbox Series X. Like it's still a mess with that kind of stuff, and it's unfortunate that developers just refuse to bother to fix games like this because it's such a good game. But if you can't see that there's a difference here, like it's so much crisper and cleaner. Everything feels like you're playing just at native 4K because of PSSI. It's so much cleaner, so much nicer, and I can't say how impressed I am with all this stuff, to be honest. I mean, the ray tracing mode I have tried at 30 frames. It's not a way I want to play the game, so for me, it's just not something that I'm interested in. But if you look at the resolution and quality, just the glass panels right there, how like clean they are, how high res they look, like it's really nice. So this is one of the first games I actually tested, and I'm very happy to say it is a significant enhancement that I am very pleased with. And in a second, we're going to go on to the next game that is actually, for me, a bigger enhancement overall compared to the counterpart of the base PlayStation 5. So we'll get onto that in a second. But this first game, I was very much like, wow, this is actually an upgrade that exactly is what I want. Because for me, as I said in previous videos, the biggest thing I want from this hardware is to play the games that I already play at much better resolutions, it looking more sharp, looking like the quality mode, just at 60 frames. Even if ray tracing is removed from the quality mode that was on base PS5, having all the other things, the sharpness, the crispness, and the graphics actually looking like 4K is a very, very, very nice upgrade. So the next game we're going to talk about here is actually Jedi Survivor. So let's switch over to that. Alright, so going over to Jedi Survivor, for me personally, there's still issues like pop-in, but the difference between the awfulness of FSR in the base PlayStation 5 version and then PSSR in this performance mode, you can actually, again, like Hogwarts Legacy, even more so in this game, distinguish the difference between the blades of grass now in this game. It is so much crisper, so much cleaner looking than what we had before. There is none of this haloing around the character. It was a mess, and that wasn't just the launch. That was even if you played it on a base PS5 today, you could really, really see a lot of problems with haloing around the character. And in general, this game is a completely different game now. So if you actually go into the settings to see the performance mode, lowers resolution output, obviously with partial ray tracing enabled. So there's actually still some ray tracing features enabled on this system. So like, you're still getting some ray tracing features. It's not going to be the full quality mode, obviously, but it's still incredibly good. I don't want to get into a fight because I haven't played this game in quite a while, but if this looks so much better, and PSSR is the big game changer for people throwing around the T-flop numbers. It doesn't matter. Right now, this is about the AI upscaling capabilities of this machine, and as you can see, everything looks much crisper, much nicer, and I must admit, I am very impressed by this machine. I'm going to get killed here, aren't I? Wow, the timing's really awkward. Okay, I haven't played this game in a while, so I kind of don't want to get into too much combat here because it's been a while. So yeah, anyway, this looks so much better. I am very impressed by this one. I actually didn't expect much from this game because I thought, oh well, it's you know what the developers are like for this game, but this is a huge surprise and a very nice thing to see. Pop-in is still there, obviously, because that's not going to change. None of the base code has changed. It's still the same stuff. So anyway, I am very happy with this. Now let me go on to one of the other bigger games that has a very nice increase too. So of course I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This game is one of the largest improvements for sure. I would actually put this, I would say above Jedi Survivor because the base game looked very poor on the base console, sorry, but you can see how much sharper and how much crisper everything looks, right? You can just clearly see a big difference here. We'll get to the more open world bit. This is actually probably gonna be the first game that I play properly starting today. Sorry, there's some builders doing work outside, so I apologize for any noise you guys are hearing, but this is one of the first games I'm definitely going to play because this thing looks so much improved. As you can see, I mean, it's just so much clearer, so much more detailed, exactly what it should have been, to be honest. But it doesn't matter. We had to spend £700 to get there, but we're here, and this is exactly what I wanted from this system. Just much crisper details. And we'll do some comparisons. I'll kind of flick between, because the performance mode, the sharpened performance mode is still here in this game, so I can flick between those so you guys can see the differences. If I just stop here and just remember, like, I'll flick between in the editing software, and you guys will be able to see the difference, right, between the sharp and the smooth. You can see how basically different the actual like terrain is, the texture quality in the black background, everything's blurred compared to the quality mode. It's a significant difference, and I must admit, I'm very happy to see it. Like, you can just tell by flicking between the two how different it looks. It's a very big upgrade, and you need to be looking at a decent screen to see this. Obviously, you want to look at a 4K panel on your TV to actually see the differences here. It makes a very big difference. But this game is a huge upgrade, and I am really pleased to say that I am just so happy with it. Now, I do want to also say, not every game is patched, right? So we're talking about patched games right now because that's the games that realistically you want to be playing on this thing. There are unpatched games, of course. There are thousands of them. So any other game that's not on the list of patched games that you can find online is obviously going to just run as the normal version. But if you have games with uncapped frame rates or uncapped like resolutions and stuff, you will see an improvement. So Black Myth Wukong is obviously one that we're all very interested in because in the end of the day, that game did not look and run very well on the base PlayStation 5. Now, Black Myth Wukong has not got a patch. But if you look online and watch people's comparisons, there is a significant increase in the frame rate. So that's something that's really, really exciting to see, and it is better, right? You're just seeing a better frame rate. So there are a few games like that. Until Dawn is another one I tested that's patched, and it's now 60 frames on PlayStation 5 Pro, and it does not look like it's taken a hit to any resolution in terms of output. I guess maybe they're using PSSR again. That thing is just a game changer, to be honest. But the one other thing I want to talk about very briefly is actually PS4 games. I have got the option on right now where you can test the, you can sort of like have sharper textures on the PlayStation 4 games, right? So we're just looking at Uncharted as the first Uncharted intro sequence kind of area of the game, and you can actually see a difference as to like the sharpness of everything. Like everything just looks like it's actually running like 4K in a way. Like it's not perfect, of course, like it's not 4K, and it but it looks very, very, very nice and crisp and clean, and it's just a definite nice thing to have when upgrading to a new system, right? It's something that you just would want, and it looks good, and I'm pleased to say I'm actually pretty happy with it. Like I think it's better than I thought we would get from them, put it that way. I didn't think they would do anything really much to these games. I hoped there'd be some sort of enhancement, and we've got something, and this is actually like a nice, decent upgrade that I would say is very welcome, put it that way. I gotta get this guy on the boat. Damn it, my sensitivity is so low. How do I get... I cannot aim. I'm playing through like a camera right now. It's very difficult, guys. Anyway, that's what it looks like. I think that's a nice welcome upgrade as well. There are many games I've tested on my live streams. If you guys are watching this video right now, I probably will be live or have been live during the day. I'll be live again over the weekend testing various different titles. I'm just having a fun time kind of mucking around with games right now. It's a great system. So far, I'm very, very pleased with the hardware, with how things look and how things run. And I'm excited to try out more games, see more patches coming to games in the future. I'm excited to see actual new games come out so we can see what those run like. I'm really hoping, for example, Lego Horizon Adventures, for example, I'm hoping that gets some sort of pro patch, maybe adding RT to a game like that would be really, really cool. So I'm excited for the future. I think this is a really, really good system. So far, I'm very pleased with it. There's no negatives apart from the little things that I said with the price, the unboxing experience, and also just the first boot is a little bit underwhelming because it's not a new console. This is a mid-gen refresh. In the end of the day, like that's what we got to bear in mind. It's literally a mid-gen refresh. It is not a new generation. So it's going to be the same UI. It's going to be the same system. But what matters right now is the games, and at the end of the day, those are looking very clean, very nice, and much improved overall for stuff that I've tested. So GT7 is another one that looks absolutely insane on this thing. So thank you for watching this video. We'll do a much deeper dive into like a proper review after a little bit more time. I don't want to be one of those people that gets it for a day and reviews the thing straight away, because I think that's just ridiculous. So we'll give my true thoughts and opinions later down the line when I've had more time with this thing, actually used it day to day as my main console, and kind of go from there. So thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye for now.